Okay, so in this video we're going to cover the last 7 properties of real numbers. Okay, so in the last video we talked about the first 3 properties, which was the closure property, the commutative properties, and the associative properties for both addition and subtraction. Okay, excuse me, for addition and multiplication. So now we're going to do these properties, and so the identity properties of addition and multiplication are as follows. Okay, so the identity property says that there exists a unique element of the real numbers, a unique real number such that the following is true. So for addition, it says, now a unique means there's only one, right? One and only one. So in addition, that's the 0. We call that the additive identity. Okay? The additive identity is 0, which means that we can add 0 in either direction and we'll get the value back out. So we can take any real number, add 0, we get that real number back out. Doesn't change the number. We don't get another number. And then of course in multiplication we have the multiplicative identity, which is 1, which basically does the same sort of thing in multiplication. Under the operation of multiplication, if we multiply by 1, any number by 1 on either side, we get that same number out. So that's what we mean by the identity properties. Inverse properties. Inverse properties for addition and multiplication says that, again, there exists a unique real number such that if I add, or excuse me, I'm sorry, for every, let me rephrase that, for every real number, okay, for every real number, there exists a unique number, okay, such that these properties will hold. Okay, so now in the identity properties, there's only one. There's one unique number, okay? The difference here in the inverse properties is we're saying that for each real number, there exists a unique real number, such, we'll call it the opposite of A. So for every real number A, there exists a unique real number, the opposite of A, such that when we add these two together in either order, we get 0. We get the what? We get the additive identity. For multiplication, same sort of thing applies. For every real number A, there is another unique real number. We'll call it the 1 over A, or A inverse, such that if we multiply these two numbers together in any order, we will get the multiplicative identity. So we call this the additive inverse of A, so opposite of A. This is the additive inverse. This is the multiplicative inverse. We call this the reciprocal, right? The 1 over A, right? That's where the 1 over A comes from, the reciprocal. Okay. Now, the distributive properties. Now, the distributive properties are for addition and across addition and subtraction. So what this means is the distributive property means that we can go ahead and distribute the A across addition or across subtraction, and it won't affect the result of our answer. It'll be equal, okay? That's the distributive property. And then the multiplicative property of 0, or what we call the 0 product principle, okay? The multiplication property of 0 means that, hey, if I multiply any real number by 0, I'm going to get 0. That's what it's saying. And this wraps up the 7 properties of real numbers. You need to know these. These are going to help you in algebra, okay? This is where a lot of students, or I wouldn't say a lot, but I would say a fair amount of students make mistakes because they don't know these properties when it comes to doing college algebra. Okay, so make sure you memorize these, make sure you understand how to do them, and we'll do some examples and we'll go on. Have a great day.